Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new, my name is Abigail and I make videos about special needs and health issues and feeding tubes. So, I have a little story time for you all today of something that happened to me last night that was interesting and kind of scary. If you saw my video yesterday, I talked about that I was going to go out of town with my little brother and my mom to a dentist appointment. And I thought that this would be good for me because it was out of town, so it was a little bit of a drive for us, and that it would be a good distraction for me. So, anyways, I packed everything I needed, and on the way back from the appointment, the dentist appointment that my little brother had, I started feeling like really tired, and I just thought, oh, I probably like overdid it today. And my mom and my little brother was gonna get food, but because I'm on constant feeds, I can't have, like actual food. So I was gonna get a coffee, and I tried this new coffee place, or at least new since my feeding tube. And I got a medium, which I think was like 24 ounces. And I was just gonna, drink it slowly. And I didn't really think much of it. But then, like, on the way home, I started feeling like kind of bad. Then after we got home, I was like, oh, I need to go vent. And so I went to go vent in the bathroom. This was around 11 o'clock at night. So let me back up. When I first got home, I was like, okay, it's bedtime. It's like, I think we got home around 9 o'clock maybe. But I have this like whole list of things that I do to get my night feeds ready and all that. So I was like gonna go to my room and set up my night feeds or whatever. And I knew that I needed to flush my tube before I went to bed, so I flushed my tube, and I felt like I needed to vent, also known as getting sick out of my tube, and so I went to the bathroom at like 11 o'clock at night and opened my tube, and some came out, but the thing was I started feeling kind of like lightheaded and kind of like I was gonna faint. And so I wake up my parents at like 11 o'clock and I'm like, hey, somebody needs to be up. I think I might faint. And so my parents jump out of bed, and my dad decides to go sit in my room with me. And he was like, it's okay, you can go vent and then go to your room, hook up to your feeds, and see how you feel. Because we just thought, oh, I probably just like overdid it today. Because I normally have like more time to lay around and stuff like that. And so, anyways, I opened my tube to vent. I felt like I was gonna faint, and so I like grab a towel and I sit in the bathroom. And at first, my dad was sitting in the bathroom with me just in case I fainted, but I didn't actually faint. But I started feeling more and more sick to my stomach, so I actually did get sick once. I thought that was weird because I hadn't been getting sick since I, had been on the feeding tube and like actual sick. And I was like, oh, that's kind of weird. So, then I felt it a second time, and I went to the living room to sit in the recliner because I thought maybe I just need to sit up more. Maybe my stomach is just all in like loops from, it being a different kind of day. So I sit in the recliner, not hooked up to my tube or anything, just sitting there trying to figure out if I'm fixing to faint or if I'll be fine. And I go to the bathroom and get sick a second time. And I went back and sat in the recliner, and I still felt like I was like going to faint, but thankfully I didn't end up fainting. Turns out that the coffee that I had, even though it was considered iced, most iced coffees are liquidy enough, to go through my tube. And some of it did go through my tube, but some of it was not liquidy enough, and it ended up, I guess, kind of getting stuck. And because it wasn't liquidy enough to go through my tube, it actually made me sick. So I had gotten sick twice last night, and I went to the living room, sat in the recliner. I felt a little bit off, and my older brother sat in the living room with me. He offered to hook me up to my feeds, and I was like, I'll probably sleep in the recliner tonight, because I thought if I do faint, at least I could fall in the recliner and not fall off my bed. And so, anyways, after I started feeling better, I was like, I think I want to go back to my room. And at this point, it was like 1 o'clock in the morning. So I go back to my room, we hook everything back up, and I went to sleep, and I slept for like several hours. But like after I got sick that second time, I started feeling like really thirsty, and my throat started to hurt from getting sick. So I got a cough drop, and I drank like a bunch of water because I didn't want to get dehydrated. So anyways, it was a struggle last night, and then early this morning my mom came in to check on me because my tube was kinked or something, and so it was beeping, so I was fixing that. And then my mom came in here and she was like, are you okay? And I was like, yeah. And I think that it was a combination of things. For one, I had a coffee that I'd never tried before. 2, I normally rest a lot more than that, like a lot more restful, and I was out of town a lot of the day for like several hours. And I don't know, I could have been a little bit dehydrated because I had brought like 1 bottle of water with me for the day, so I might have not been drinking enough water. So it was a very scary moment, but I'm glad that I didn't faint, because I like imagined us having to call like 911 and then spending the night in the hospital, which really wouldn't be fun. But I think that it was a combination of different things in that my body just didn't like. And so I'm still kind of scared to have coffee, even though I can have the kind I have, but just because I feel still kind of like tired and stuff, I'm having water. And then for my special drink, instead of having coffee, we have this 0 sugar Gatorade that I've been drinking. We also have Sprite if I want that, but I don't know, it kind of scared me from wanting coffee this morning. But I'm really glad that I didn't end up having another emergency, because one time I had a similar situation where I did end up fainting and had to go to the emergency room. So I'm glad that we didn't have to go to the emergency room yesterday, because that would have been bad. But I'm really glad that I felt bad on Wednesday, because Sunday is my birthday, so it would have been like really bad if like it happened like Saturday night and then like the next morning's like, happy birthday. That would be terrible. So anyways, it turned out I'm okay now. Um, I'm really careful today what I put on my stomach. I'm not planning on having coffee or candy or anything like that, just liquids probably. Um, but anyways, that was the story of the day. The plan is, they came out with the new Stitch movie on Disney Plus, so me and Daniel my little brother, will probably watch that together this evening. I don't know if he'll want to watch it. He said that he wants to watch it, and it came out today. And I told him that I would let him know before I watched it. So I'll either watch it by myself if he doesn't want to watch it, or he can watch it with me. But anyways, I'm just really glad that it did not end in a emergency, because it could have ended up a lot worse. But I'm just trying to spend the day relaxing and not doing too much to try to get back in my routine. So anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see y'all next time.